I absolutely am with William on this one. This is disgusting. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor. We got an update coming in from sources saying that Prince William is disgusted as Prince Harry is set to take millions back to Montecito. Now, why? Where did he get these millions? Well, he's about to inherit £7 million from his great-grandmother when he turns 40 next month. Prince William is disgusted by Prince Harry's huge inheritance, which he will be allowed to take back to Montecito, according to a source. 39-year-old will inherit a whopping £7 million from his great-grandmother when he turns 40. The money comes from a trust fund that the Queen Mother set up for her grandchildren. She put the majority of her estimated and esteemed £70 million wealth into it, and Harry shares around 10%. Duke of Duchess's share is larger than his brother's, as Prince of Wales is already benefiting financially from the Duchy of Cornwall. Dutch, is that right? Duchy? Sorry, I don't always know your terms, guys. The Cornwall estate. However, William is reportedly appalled by the lucrative sum in light of Harry's fallout with his family after he stepped down as a working royal in 2020. Source told Closer, William's pretty disgusted that once again, Harry's going to be cashing out and taking millions back to his Montecito home without lifting a finger for it. There's nothing he can do about it aside from shaking his head, but if it were up to him, Harry would not be getting this payday. William doesn't think his brother is in any position to be getting this handout, and he's letting it be known that he thinks it's a pretty rotten situation. I mean, let's think about this. 100% agree. The Queen makes this trust for her grandkids, which she wants to support her grandkids. Prince William's taken care of as the soon-to-be king, not soon, but eventually king. Harry's not. Okay, so fine. Harry gets a little bit extra. It's very nice of her. But I'm sure when she was doing this and thinking it through, she didn't think that Harry would be now doing what he's doing, disposing of the royal family, something that his grandmother has been so adamant about trying to keep and be, lift up and be the family's legacy. And Harry, all he can do is continue to call them out, do all this shocking memoir bull nonsense. It is frustrating, man. It is frustrating. I can see why this is so difficult to accept. At the same time, he knows there's nothing else he can do about it, but I too would be very frustrated by this sudden influx of money coming in from my grandmother, knowing he's not going to do anything for it. And he can continue to go out there and make all these allegations that now Meghan is only scratching the surface of her emotions and her experience of all the mean things that the royal family did to them, all while they continue to cash in doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. It is shameful. It is sad. It is scary. And it frustrates me. And so when I see headlines like this one, Prince William's navigating crisis talks with Harry as Princess Beatrice and Zara to step in. Look, I don't care how close Beatrice and everybody else is with these two. I think this relationship is donezo. I don't know how you turn back from it, given everything Harry and Meghan have done, not only against the sleazy reveals about William and dog bowls and whatever, but what Meghan has said about his wife, Catherine, who's now suffering, recovering, let's say. It is not an easy thing to deal with. His father and his wife, mother of his kids, are dealing with all this stress and cancer diagnoses, and Meghan is still out there making it about herself, playing the victim. Oh, I'm just scratching the surface of all the things that I've faced and how difficult it was for me. We're just here to help parents. Girl, you won't even see your own dad. Your own dad who's been suffering, and you won't even see him. You've disavowed him and his entire family. You've made them bullies and villains when they did nothing like you've done to your own that Harry's doing to his own family. The hypocrisy is insane. Meghan's out there disowning both her family and now Harry's family, all because her dad allegedly sold some photos during the wedding. Good on him. How else is he going to afford all this and all the new attention and security he needs? Oh, but you could go to Oprah and get donations for your charity. You can get Harry to make all this money off of Spare. You could go to Netflix, make all this money. You can now accept money from the Queen. $7 million you're now going to take. Oh, but your dad, shame on him. He can't be trusted. Her dad's going through a stroke, can't see his own grandkids. I can't even fathom that she's out there trying to be the voice for parents and everything else. The fact that there's now, oh, they're trying to make this. Can there be peace talks? Will there be a crisis talk to finally make peace? I mean, that's what this theory is, and I just don't buy it. I don't know about you guys. But they're saying that Beatrice is close to both of them, and good for her, whatever, let her do her thing. Family should attempt to be there, and especially since I don't think, was Beatrice called out the same way? Harold believes that Beatrice could act as a peacemaker for Harry, William, and Charles. They're friends, and that's what it's about. They're cousins, they're close, they have each other's backs. She would be someone to initiate peace in the family. She's close to both, as well as the king, and they trust her. It would be her out of anyone else, but she wouldn't want to be too involved. I have no doubt that she would have spoken to the brothers at some point to try and improve the situation. He added, on behalf of this, what is Fruity Slot? I don't know the location that they're reporting from. Look, I good for her. I don't fault her for wanting to try to cause the rift in the family to end. I don't fault her. I don't know how believable it is to me. I don't, because the real reason if there's any peace talks right now is because Meghan and Harry are desperate to get back in. And now Trump's out there saying he's going to force them out of the country. I imagine they're realizing pretty quickly that not being in with the royal family actually is not good for their brand. And that's the real reason why they're suddenly trying to rebuild these bridges that they've burned to get back in there. That's a lot of these theories that are come out there. This doofus who's out there. Looking in the camera phone, Duke declared that he and his wife were on a freedom flight as they traveled to LA, having stepped down on working members. Remember that moment? The footage was included in Netflix docuseries, but just 2 years later, could the couple soon be about to aboard another freedom flight, this time as they flee the USA? Prospect has reared its head in light of Trump's possible return, with the royal source suggesting Sussexes are now making increasingly desperate efforts to extend olive branches across the Atlantic. And I think that's also the reason why he wants that security. He wants that immunity. That's really what this is all about. These two are selfish. They're constantly out there looking out for themselves. And look, typically that's what you're supposed to do. Numero uno, yourself. You want to make sure yourself, your family are protected. But he will turn on his family. He will turn on anybody. Meghan particularly will Markle anybody she's got to save her face. So all of this is just sad. So pulling it back around to that first story, yeah, I can see, and I'm sure you are frustrated as well, why William would be disgusted by Harry now suddenly be able to cash in on £7 million just to come in without doing anything to help the royal family and all that was built and where that money ultimately came from, what the Queen believed in. He's now just going to take all this money for nothing and continue to disparage his family, be separated, and go sell jam and books and take advantage of all the charities that his own brother created. This is a travesty. It's disgusting. If you want to be kept up to date on this types of stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit the bell for alerts, smash that like button as well, and leave your comments down below. Are you shocked and disgusted as we are? I want to hear your thoughts. We got more royal coverage coming for you here exclusively to Popcorn Palace. We got a good one for you tomorrow. You're not going to miss it. Stay tuned.